He was everything I ever wanted. Handsome, successful, charming. He swept me off my feet, his words were like honey, his touch electric. I felt seen, understood, cherished. He was the answer to my dreams, or so I thought. Our dates were like scenes from a movie, romantic dinners, exotic vacations, thoughtful gifts. He showered me with attention, compliments, and affection. I fell hard and fast, blinded by the illusion of perfection he so carefully crafted. Looking back, I realize how naive I was. How could I have been so blind? The warning signs were there, subtle at first, like whispers in the wind. But love, as they say, is blind, and I was completely, utterly smitten. Things started to feel off. Small, insignificant details at first. A strange reflection in the bedroom mirror. An odd buzzing sound coming from his nightstand drawer. A misplaced memory card filled with disturbing images. Then came the more concrete evidence. A hidden camera disguised as a pen, pointed directly at the bed. A stash of condoms hidden in his sock drawer. Brands I didn't recognize. A box tucked away under his bed, filled with sex toys I had never seen before. My stomach churned with a sickening feeling. Denial battled with a growing sense of dread. These weren't the actions of a loving boyfriend. This was something much darker, much more sinister. Confrontation. His lies were clumsy, transparent. He tried to explain away the evidence, to gaslight me, to make me doubt my own sanity. But the truth was staring me in the face, ugly and undeniable. He was leading a double life. The charming facade was just that, a facade. Behind it lurked a predator, a manipulator, a monster who preyed on women's trust for his own sick gratification. The emotional toll was devastating. Betrayal, shame, anger, and a profound sense of violation washed over me. The man I loved was a stranger, a figment of my imagination, and I was left to pick up the pieces of my shattered heart. As I dug deeper, I uncovered a past even more disturbing than I could have imagined. He had been a porn star, his face plastered across the internet in degrading and exploitative videos. His history was littered with broken relationships, accusations of abuse, and whispers of darker deeds. It all made sense now. His need for control, his objectification of women, his complete lack of remorse. He saw women as objects, as toys to be used and discarded at his whim. His past had shaped him, twisted him into something cruel and heartless. The realization hit me hard. I had been nothing but another conquest, another notch on his bedpost. He had used me, manipulated me, violated me in the deepest way possible, and I had been none the wiser. His carefully constructed world began to crumble. The charming facade slipped with increasing frequency, revealing the monster beneath. His need for control intensified, and his temper flared at the slightest provocation. He became reliant on Viagra, unable to perform without it. His drinking increased, his words slurring, his eyes taking on a distant, almost predatory gleam. The man I thought I knew was gone, replaced by a stranger I no longer recognized. The situation was spiraling out of control. He became increasingly erratic, volatile, dangerous. I knew in my heart that I had to get away, that I was in danger. But fear had me in its grip, paralyzing me. Section 6. The monster unleashed, a brush with death. Then came the night that changed everything. A drunken argument escalated into violence. He lunged at me, his eyes filled with rage, his hands around my throat. I couldn't breathe, couldn't scream. I thought I was going to die. Something snapped in his eyes, a flicker of fear replacing the rage. He released me, stumbling back, mumbling incoherently. I took my chance, fleeing into the night, the sound of his drunken sobs echoing behind me. I barely escaped with my life. The police were called, charges were filed. But he had vanished, disappeared into thin air. He was a ghost, a phantom, leaving behind a trail of destruction and despair. Section 7. Justice denied. The shadow of doubt remains. He was never caught, never brought to justice. The authorities didn't believe me. They saw a scorned woman out for revenge. They saw his charm, his charisma, and they doubted my story. The evidence wasn't enough. He was a master manipulator, a wolf in sheep's clothing. He had covered his tracks well, leaving no trace of his crimes. And so he walked free, a predator still on the loose. The lack of closure haunted me. The knowledge that he was out there, free to hurt other women, filled me with a cold dread. Justice had been denied, but I refused to let him break me. Section 8: Scars that run deep, the lingering trauma. The experience left me shattered, broken. The scars ran deep, both physically and emotionally. Trust was a foreign concept, intimacy a distant memory. I was haunted by nightmares, plagued by flashbacks. Therapy helped, but the healing process was long and arduous. I had to learn to trust again, to love again, to believe in myself again. It was a battle, but I was determined to reclaim my life. I refused to let him win. I refused to let him define me. I was a survivor, not a victim. And I would rise from the ashes, stronger and more resilient than ever before. Section 9: A Call for Awareness. Recognizing the predators among us. My story is not unique. Predators like him walk among us, hiding in plain sight. They are masters of disguise, experts at manipulation. They prey on the vulnerable, the trusting, the unsuspecting. We must be vigilant. We must listen to our instincts. We must believe survivors. And we must work together to create a world where predators are no longer able to operate in the shadows. My experience taught me that evil can wear a charming face. It taught me the importance of self-love, self-respect, and setting boundaries. And it taught me that even in the darkest of times there is always hope for healing and recovery.